And a big good morning, as obviously this is a little bit of earlier than anticipated compared to our other regular season games, but nevertheless, we're just the day before the 4th of July, as well as exactly 30 minutes away from the first pitch for the start of Pioneer Collegiate Baseball League action of week number 6 here in July 3rd, as we are coming to you live from Albert Lea, Minnesota. My name is Mitchell Kieran, the voice of the Bancroft Bandits, as today your Bandits are on the road to take on the Albert Lea Lakers, as it's just the hour-long rivalry continued once again, and yet another highly anticipated matchup between the Lakers and your Bandits. And for today's contest, as the Bandits are riding high on a 6-game winning streak and an overall record of 14 wins and 3 losses. 2 of them, however, coming from the Lakers. So nevertheless, don't let that 5-12 record fool you, as they've already were able to hand us 2 of their losses, both from right-handed pitcher Drew Maravich, but surprisingly won't be seeing him today. Saw him last Sunday go down with an early apparent injury that took him out of the contest, but nevertheless, Albert Lea likes to save up all their best pitching to take on the highly anticipated and very talented Bandits squad this summer, as today we're going to be seeing in start for the second time all summer, Jesse Bloom, a right-hander out of Butler Community College. Definitely one of the best arms on the Albert Lea squad, recruited out of last year from head coach Michael Kieran, who obviously is our head coach in the leadership helm for Bancroft this summer. So mano a mano with Bloom, as it should be another good duel of some very strong right-handed pitchers, will be Chris Crosby, a right-hander out of Mississippi College. A big part of their success, without a doubt, at a winning record and a tremendous ERA and a very good strikeout pitcher, as obviously in his last start he picked up a victory on the road at Patterson Field in Fort Dodge, an 11-1 victory over the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners, which Crosby struck out 11 batters. So nevertheless, to give you a better inside scoop of today's contest, we were able to sit down and have a pregame scoop, as always, with our head coach Michael Kieran to give us today's insight for today's matchup. Talking our pregame interview with head coach Michael Kieran. So, Michael, a little bit of an early first pitch time today, and still a little hot out, but got ourselves quite a pitcher's duel, at least on paper, with their Jesse Bloom and our Chris Crosby. So, can you kind of just preview what we can expect for today's game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty good ball game. I mean, they have a good pitcher on the mound, and I coached him last year, and he's a strike thrower, and he mixes well. And then, Chris has been really good for us, and I think, with some guys leaving for pro ball, he's going to have to pick up some of the slack and keep doing what he's doing. And I think he's going to throw really well. I mean, with a noon game, it's who can prepare the best and who can kind of get ready for the game, in the best fashion and be motivated, because, a noon game after you're used to 7 o'clock starts can be different.
All right, well, best of luck. Once again, with that, we're just under 30 minutes away from the first pitch and the start of the top of the first inning. Once again, the rivalry renewed between the Bandits and the Lakers, as once again the bats are going to have to come alive, as they had a handful of some timely hitting and some solid at-bats in this past Sunday victory. Last time we saw the Lakers, an 11-1 victory back at Memorial Park. However, it was also accompanied with running deep in the bullpen, as well as a lot of wild pitches and pass balls, which led to a lot of walks, as well as a lot of runs to score unearned, at least on the ball going to the backstop. But nevertheless, we are sure hoping for the offense to get things rolling in early once again, because the pitchers for Albert Lea, without a doubt, once they're on, they will keep the pressure on, and they will play the Bandits very competitively, as we have seen more than any other opponent this summer. But nevertheless, it's a pretty good bet that we're in good position if we can get things going early in the first or second inning. And that might as well start with one of our white-hot offensive performers and an impact player I'd like you guys to watch out for today, and Aaron Cowboy Mason, currently riding a 6-game hitting streak in the leadoff spot. In 3 of the past 5 games, he's led things off on the very first pitch with a first pitch at bat, good for a base hit. So in 3 games of the past 5, Aaron Mason has led things off with a hit, and that's usually led to good things and runs, as well as victories, obviously, as the Bandits have taken the last 6 to get to a league best in wins, 14, and just 3 losses. So without a doubt, there are a healthy amount of teams, 4 of the 6, with overall records below 500. So the 2 seeds is still up for grabs as the Bandits are looking to get a good, secure spot on that number 1 seed. But nevertheless, we're just a few moments away from the start of the pregame festivities, without a doubt, as Albert Lee, without a doubt, putting on a good show in July 4th. I believe July 3rd in town is the time of parades later on this afternoon or evening, so hence the reasoning for the early start of today's matchup. So with that, let's go ahead and meet the starting lineups. First for your Bandits, the visiting team today with an overall record of 14 wins, 3 losses, led by head coach Michael Kieran, assisted by Jacob Van Vactor. Leading things off, wearing number 11 in right field, Aaron Cowboy Mason. Batting second in center field, wearing number 4, Adrian Torres. Batting third at third base, wearing number 34, Ivan Melendez. The cleanup hitter and designated hitter tonight will be wearing number 22, Daniel Hernandez. Batting fifth at second base, wearing number 30, will be Miguel Mico Soto. Batting sixth at first base, wearing number 3, Julian Galindo. Batting seventh, wearing number 35, and behind the dish, doing the catching, will be Bobby Galindo. Batting eighth at shortstop, number 12, Sean Ross. Rounding out the lineup, batting ninth out of left field, wearing number 6, Dakota Coco Kennedy. And once again on the mound, one of our best arms that we got, and we're lucky to have this summer, number 25, Chris Crosby. Now we'll go ahead and shift our attention to starting lineups for the Albert Lee Lakers. An overall record of 5 wins, 12 losses, led by head coach Nate DeShane. Leading things off out of right field, wearing number 16, Preston Godfrey. Batting second at shortstop, wearing number 22, Sam Huska. The number 3 hitter out of center field, number 19, Brad Morris. Batting cleanup, a powerful first baseman, wearing number 30, Jacob McKeon. Batting fifth at third base, wearing number 13, Austin Portner. Batting sixth, the designated hitter today, wearing number 26, Jacob Kaiser. Batting seventh in left field, wearing number 15, Sam Steinmeier. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 6, Trey Rogers. And rounding out the lineup, batting ninth, wearing number 10 at second base, Cody Erickson. Once again on the mound, a very talented right-handed pitcher out of Butler Community College, wearing number 12, Jesse Bloom, another home state boy for the Lakers. So when we come back, we'll have the PA announcer repeat the lineups for you, as well as give you the national anthem, as Albert Lee always puts on a good showing of our nation's colors. And then after that, obviously the first pitch from Hike Field, as bringing you more Pioneer League baseball action here to start off week number 6 for your Bandits, as they're on the road to take on the Albert Lee Lakers. First pitch coming up in just over 20 minutes. You're listening to Bandits Baseball live from Hike Field in Albert Lee, Minnesota.
welcome to Pioneer Baseball here at Hike Field as our elderly Lakers play the Bancroft Bandits. Here's the batting order for the Bandits. Leading off, number 10, playing in right field, Eric Mason. Batting second, number 22, playing in center field, Adrian Torres. Batting third, playing in third base, number 34, Ivan Melendez. Batting fourth, designated hitter number 8, Daniel Hernandez. Batting fifth, center baseman number 30, Miguel Soto. Batting sixth, number 3, playing at first base, Julian Galindo. Batting seventh, catching Bobby Galindo. Batting eighth, shortstop, Sean Ross. And batting ninth, left fielder, Dakota Kennedy. Today's pitcher, number 18, Chris Crosby. And now, the batting order for your elderly Lakers. Leading up, playing in right field, number 14, Preston Godfrey. Batting second, playing at shortstop, number 22, Sam Huska. Batting third, playing in center field, number 19, Brad Morris. Playing at first base today, Jacob McKeon, number 30. Batting fifth, number 13, third baseman, Austin Partner. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 26, Jacob Kaiser. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 15, Sam Steinmeier. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 6, Troy Rogers. And batting ninth, playing at second base, number 10, Cody Erickson. And today's pitcher for the Lakers, Jesse Bloom. We ask that you all rise and remove your headgear for the national anthem. Our computer is not playing the national anthem for us today.
So, no anthem today, but nevertheless, just that much quicker and sooner until we're ready for first pitch here as Jesse Bloom's going to take his warm-up pitches on the mound. An in-state and as well as a returning Laker, one of two, alongside Thomas Krause, returning from that 2018 championship team led by this year's head coach, Michael Kieran. So nevertheless, welcome back to Hike Field as we're just a few moments away from first pitch. A few big notifications I forgot to touch base with in our pregame show just a few moments ago. We had three pitchers on our staff that really is undisputed, got to be the best in this league. Recently had 3 players sign professional ball, so Without a doubt, their dreams are going to continue where they actually get paid to play the childhood games. Nevertheless, Ryan Bird was the first going overseas to play professional baseball in Belgium, the left-handed pitcher out of Southern Illinois University Eastern in Spokane, Washington. As well as of yesterday, Niall Ball was signed on the spot in his tryout with the Sioux City Explorers for the American Association of Independent Professional Baseball. So without a doubt, we want to wish the best of Niall, as he's given us a lot to look forward to in this summer, including a no-hitter in the first home game of the year, as well as 2 sparkling pitching performances that resulted in wins since then, as well as most recently, as per this morning on our Facebook and Twitter, we had another right-hander, Nico Mayoral, who has shined in his last 2 starts, go on to play for the Pecos League with the High Desert team out in California. So without a doubt, want to wish the best of luck to all of those 3 pitchers in their future endeavors, and want to welcome in their replacements, which we'll be getting to you pretty soon. Our head coach, Michael Kieran, sure does work fast with recruiting. But nevertheless, Jesse Bloom with the first pitch from the stretch. First pitch curveball, and he gets Mason going down and swinging. And with that, we're underway here from Hike Field with an 0-1 count to the leadoff right fielder, number 11, Aaron Cowboy Mason. So Bloom going to be going out of the stretch all game long. No runners on, and second pitch curveball, starting him off with 2 breaking balls. This one missing in the dirt. Mason holds off for ball 1. So it'd be big once again for the Bandits to get on the offense soon. A lot sooner rather than later, but Bloom now going hard over the outside part of the plate. Fastball for strike 2. Mason lets go by. And he falls behind the count. 1 ball to 2 strikes to Jesse Bloom. Fourth pitch of the at-bat. And he gets Mason behind on a fastball, swinging for strike 3. So not sure that was the leadoff start that the Bandits as well as Mason would have wanted. But nevertheless, first batter, first strikeout for Jesse Bloom. And we'll now go right into our center fielder, Adrian Torres, who Bloom starts off with a crisp fastball over the outside part of the zone for strike 1. So we're hoping Torres can at least get things going here with 1 down, nobody on, especially coming after a big week where he saw 3 multi-hit games, and he strokes this one down the line and right. It's down, and it could be extra bases. It one-hops the fence and right. And Torres going to go into second with a 1-out stand-up double. And hopefully we can keep things rolling here with our powerful Ivan Melendez, as that's a very strong 1-2 punch that we saw sparkling examples of in our past Sunday game against Albert Lee, as well as Saturday against Carroll, where Torres started off with a triple. Melendez knocked him in with a double. So let's hope now, with just 2 pitches, Torres one-hops the fence out and right, and we'll go to our 3-hitter, Ivan Melendez. First pitch going the other way, and it's down. And just like that, Torres going to round third, and he will score easily. A double by Torres 1 pitch later, an RBI single the other way for Ivan Melendez. On the 3rd batter of the day, the Bandits crack the scoreboard as they now lead 1-0 here from Hike Field, still with 1 down in the top of the 1st. So a big start for Bancroft, and they could keep it rolling here. Less than 2 outs, just 1 down. Melendez takes his lead at first. First pitch from Bloom, a curveball that's hooking and drifts just off the plate for ball 1 and low. As Coach Kieran gives a sign from third. Hernandez steps back in. Only a 5'9", 150 frame, but definitely has a lot of pop and some very good hands at the plate. Second pitch fastball, and Hernandez will get up in the count. 2 balls, no strikes, a hitter's count. So the 2-0 as Bloom comes set, and the pitch. Fastball trying to paint that low outside corner. Obviously, Bloom trying to throw outside to the right-handed batters, as Melendez saw an outside pitch early, and he just goes with it, and well. So already 3 balls, no strikes to Hernandez. The 3-1 count. Hernandez still up as he strokes this one to deep center field. And it's off the fence at the very top. And Melendez going to come hard. No, he's going to be left stranded at third. And Daniel Hernandez doubles off the fence in center field, almost clearing it. Like I said, don't judge him by his size. He can hit. So Hernandez now on second with a double, and Melendez held up at third. Score still 1-0. And that's 3 straight base hits for the Bandits. Now let's see if they can keep it rolling here with Miko Soto, the 5-hitter and second baseman, completing his career at New Mexico Military Institute, going to Southwestern Oklahoma State, Division II, as he gets the tip of the bat on this one, fouled to the backstop on the first pitch for strike one. The 0-1 to Soto and a looping curveball. Once again, that drifts just outside the zone for ball one. We're back to even here. 1 ball, 1 strikes, and 1 out. A 1-1 count to Soto. Bloom from the stretch. And Soto cracks this one to center field. It could be a play, but also Melendez will tag up. The throw will be to third base. And don't test that one. Hernandez beats it easily, and it's a sacrifice fly for the second out. As Melendez comes in to score, Hernandez advances to third. And with that, Bancroft with an early 2-0 lead, still 2 down. And still the third run of the game, 90 feet from the plate at third. And a nice sacrifice fly and a good team at bat right there for Miko Soto to drive in the second run. Now 2-0, 2 down, runner on third, and we'll go to the sixth batter, Julian Galindo. The first pitch starts him off inside. He holds off on a check swing, but it's still in the zone for strike one. So an 0-1 count to Galindo. Bloom works ahead. And second pitch swung on and missed for strike two. Bloom starts off the at-bat with 2 hard fastballs to the young left-hander Galindo. Galindo at first base today. Younger brother of Bobby on deck. The 0-2 to Galindo, and he just gets a piece of it to stay alive. Fouls it to the backstop. The count will still be 0-2 here. The 0-2, Bloom comes set for the fourth pitch. This one rides high and outside the zone for ball one. So Galindo still trying to battle back here. Behind in the count, 1 ball to 2 strikes. Waiting the fifth pitch from Bloom. The 1-2 from the stretch. And a curveball to sit Galindo down looking. And a good spot there with 2 strikes to finally put away the Bandits. After the top of the first, they make him pay with some very nice at-bats there, 2 through 5. As we go to the bottom of the first, Bancroft with an early 2 spot as they lead the Lakers 2-0 in the middle of the first. You're listening to Bandits Baseball live from Hike Field. So quite a start from the pre-4th of July game here from Hike Field as Bloom gets the better of two Bandit batters, striking out Mason swinging and Julian Galindo looking, but 2 through 5 shined with 3 back-to-back hits from Torres, Melendez, and Hernandez, and Soto with a sac fly to cap off a 2-0 start to the game. And we're back here for the bottom of the first inning as our right-hander Chris Crosby starts off Godfrey, a fastball in the dirt low as it skirts by the catcher Bobby Galindo. So today's starting pitcher making his third start, Chris Crosby, with 3 appearances, 2 starts, and a 2-0 record. And Godfrey will start things off slapping a hit into right on the ground. And a leadoff single for Preston Godfrey to get the Lakers going, looking to answer after giving up 2 runs in the top of the first. But Crosby 2-0 on the summer so far, still holding an ERA of 0 after only giving up 1 unearned run in 12 innings of work, as well as 20 total strikeouts. So nevertheless, still a strong starter in Chris Crosby, but let's hope he can produce some outs here. As with already 1 runner on first, nobody out, we go to Sam Huska, and he'll start off Huska, first pitch fastball in there for strike 1. So once again, Chris Crosby, a very dominant, big buffed-out pitcher out of Mississippi College, down in his home state of Mississippi, and a quick pick over to first, not in time. Obviously, Godfrey with a little bit of awareness on the bases, not going to get him napping often. So an 0-1 count here to the shortstop and number 2 batter, Sam Huska. Second pitch from the stretch now. Fastball swung on and just popped over the backstop as Crosby works ahead in the count, 0-2. So Crosby working with Galindo here. He has the pitch and he comes set, and just another pick over to first. So time is called out from Huska, very subtly there. So the third pitch of the at-bat on the way. Curveball just missing inside. Not a bad spot and great movement on that breaking ball there from Crosby. Just inside as Huska holds off for ball 1. And a big reminder as today's contest taking place on a Wednesday afternoon. This will be a 7-inning contest to obviously save off the stamina for our starting pitchers. Fourth pitch, and that'll get him swinging, and just a foul tip into the mitt. Strike 3, a good grab there for Galindo to take out number 1 as Huska goes down swinging. So stepping up now, one of the big premier bats for Albert Lee, Brad Morris. He's been the 3 batter all summer long, and he's done very well to hold himself, especially against Bancroft's pitching from what we've seen. Morris, a very talented hitter from the right side, all the way from Auckland, Australia, to play his summer baseball here in southern Minnesota for the Lakers. Still a sunny day as we got temperatures in the 80 degrees today, and not to mind those clouds, just small chances of rain today. Ground ball through the 5-6 hole. Ross will make the grab, but obviously not in position to make the throw. Second hit given up for Crosby. That one's an infield single for Morris as he legs one out through the 5-6 hole.
Number 30.
So Crosby now has his work cut out for him as he's got a powerful cleanup batter here. With only 1 down and runners on first and second, he will start off McKeon with a crisp fastball over the heart of the plate for strike 1. So with that, without a doubt, you see there Crosby had a little bit of cheese there. He's got some very good velo, which you can match very well with his breaking stuff, as he pops McKeon up the other way to deep right field. Mason will make the grab on the run as Godfrey heads off for third. The throw off the mark from Mason and right as Godfrey hustles with a hard 90 into third base. as a flyout will retire McKeon for out number 2. And we'll now have runners at the corners, 1 in scoring position. And the run to cut the lead in half is 90 feet away at third base. It's still 2-0. Runners at first and third. And some wheels on the base paths nonetheless with Godfrey on at third. Morris at first. He leads off. Austin Portner now up to the plate, the number 5 batter in the order. 2 down, he starts him off with a fastball, and Portner takes this one right back up the middle. And an RBI single for Portner to cut the lead in half. It's now 2-1 from Albert Lee. First pitch, and he hunts fastball. He goes down, digs it up in a nice solid line drive into center field. So it looks like Chris Crosby going to have to work hard for everything he's going to have to earn here on the mound today. 2 down, 3 hits, and 1 run already given up. As Albert Lee looks hard at the plate, Galindo rifles a throw down to third. Throws right into the tag, but it looks like Morris is just going to beat it as a stolen base on that one in the dirt. So now 2 runners in scoring position. And this is a tricky at-bat here with Jacob Kaiser. 1 ball, no strikes. Galindo going to have to be a wall back there to hold those runners on. Still 2 down. Play now at first. Crosby from the stretch with the 1-0. Fastball just outside for ball 2. Nevertheless, with a 7-inning contest, we might be having to see our relievers today. So a 2-0 here for Crosby as he comes set from the stretch. And the pitch, fastball, that one in there for strike 1. Nevertheless, Crosby looks composed, looking to get out of an early jam and come out of the first still with the lead 2-1, hopefully. Runners take some small leads off second and third. 4th pitch of the at-bat on the way. Off speed, and it looks like Kaiser offers at it for strike 2. And Galindo tags him, but he's just a strike early there. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down. We're back to even in the count. After 2 straight to Kaiser, and he checked, swung, and offered. Had a curveball that fooled him in the dirt. So Crosby shakes off a couple pitches, has it, and he comes set. And the 2-2. Kaiser just holds off of an almost identical curveball, sweeping away. So that'll now work the count full to Jacob Kaiser. Crosby comes set. The 3-2 from the stretch. Fastball chopped the other way. And it gets past Julian Galindo at first. And 2 runs will score as Kaiser goes the other way. And with that, now the Albert Lee Lakers answer back by taking the lead 3-2. Here still in the bottom of the first. So Galindo just could not get set up in front of that ball over at first. Not hit too hard, just a bounce that got away from him. And Kaiser will drive in both the tying and go-ahead run on just 1 pitch. So now Crosby battling back, starts off Sam Steinmeier, first pitch curveball for strike 1. So it looks like we might be seeing a lot of offense in today's game with the way this first inning is going. Well batted balls from both sides. Another curveball, and Steinmeier swings at this one. Chopped foul to the left side. So now Crosby up in the count, 0-2. Goes fastball upstairs, just missing for ball 1. Neither side looking to back down. We've seen some aggressive approaches at the plate today, and already some pieces of hitting. And the 1-2 from Crosby. Ground ball towards Soto at second to retire Steinmeier on a 4-3 putout. So it was some solid half innings on both sides. And the score heading into the top of the second, Bancroft 2, Albert Lee 3. Bandits coming up to bat here in just a moment. You're listening to Bandits Baseball from from Hike Field. A lot of offense to start off today's contest as heading into the top of the second. It's Albert Lee leading early 3-2. And Bancroft not going to have as much innings with two. They're not going to have as much time with two less innings here today to answer back. So we're going to need to get things rolling right off the bat with Bobby Galindo as he slaps a grounder towards second base. Erickson plays back enough to field it and retire Galindo for out number 1, 4-3 putout. We'll go right into our shortstop, number 12, Sean Ross. Ross 1 for 3 against Bloom in the home opener, all the way back on June 1st. So we're going to have to see Bloom still rolling pretty solid here with one down. Fastball trying to paint the lower outside corner. Not going to get it that time for ball 1. And a 1-0 count to start off the shortstop and 8-batter Sean Ross. So 1-0 as Bloom comes set. The pitch, and Ross hits this one down the line and left. It's down. As he's rounding first, he'll just be held up there with a 1-out single. As the Bandits scored 2 last time they got started with a 1-out hit. Now let's hope he can keep things going here with Dakota Coco Kennedy out of left field. Without a doubt, a tough batter. You're not going to get him striking out very often, as he has a lot of speed possessed in those legs, so he can leg out a lot of hits and put the pressure on the defense. So with one down, Ross leads off first. As Kennedy swings at the first pitch, fouling it back. Foul ball for strike 1.
Remember, if you return that foul ball to the front gate, they're going to give you a nice, crisp $1 bill.
So Kennedy steps back in here behind the count 0-1. Bloom has the pitch early. And the 0-1 from the stretch. Curveball just sweeping outside there for ball 1. Not a bad spot. We'll go back to the top of the order on deck. So we're back to even the count 1-1. Ross with a small lead at first. The pitch, this one in the dirt, and Rogers able to grasp it. Keep it in front for ball 2. We're definitely starting to get some threatening looking clouds coming in over the field after it's been all sunny and warm all morning long. Nevertheless, back here the action, 2-1. Curveball, and this one's going to get past Rogers for ball 3, and Ross will get a free 90 there to take second base. After a pass ball there, and a hitter's count now for Coco Kennedy, 3-1. Still 1 out. Bloom comes set for the 3-1. And the pitch, and it looks like Kennedy going to wear this one, and he's going to head to first on a hit by pitch, and Gotta like the toughness in that kid, as he's taken a lot of hit by pitches so far this summer through the first 5 weeks of action. He typically seems unfazed by it. Nevertheless, that's coming in with crisp velocity from Bloom. That don't tickle. So now with one down, we got runners at first and second. Back to the top of the order for Aaron Cowboy Mason, looking for redemption after striking out in 4 pitches back in the first. So Bloom, first pitch fastball, and this one's chopped back up the middle. Erickson fumbles it, and they're not going to... I was about to say they're not going to get him because Kennedy clearly stepped on second. A very quick call for fielder's choice there, as we already have 2 down. Mason will just trade spots with Kennedy, I suppose, for out number 2. Nevertheless, we'll have runners advance to the corners now. Lone call there for out number 2, and we'll now go back to Adrian Torres, so still an opportunity to tie this thing up. 1 for 1 as Torres got things rolling back in the top of the first with a double down the line and right. Swift left-hander steps in for his second at-bat. So 2 down here, Bloom comes set from the stretch. The pitch, and Torres swings and misses. Outside fastball for strike 1. So Bloom shakes off a pitch and checks runner at first. And the 0-1 to Torres, and this one going to miss low and away for ball 1, and we're back to even here. So Mason looks like he might get in a pickle. The throw to the plate is off, and what a heads-up play there for Aaron Cowboy Mason as he's going to try to go into third. This one sails into left, and how do you like that? Bancroft, on a pair of Lakers errors, are going to retake the lead as both Sean Ross and Aaron Cowboy Mason come in to score, and just like that, that is a heads-up base running play there for Aaron Cowboy Mason. With runners at the corners, you can draw a pickle, and depending on how those fielders treat it there, Ross can take home, which is exactly what he did. The throw way off, and 2 throwing errors for the Lakers will hand Bancroft the lead right back with another 2 spot here in the top of the second. So Bloom now throws ball 2 here. And he swings and just a foul tip into the mid of Rogers here for a 2-2 count. So deuces across the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. The scoreboard now reads Bancroft 4, Albert Lee 3. And the pitch, and Torres will pop this one out of play to stay alive. So now we're starting to get a little bit of a cold breeze. The weather changing pretty fast here still. Hoping to get in a 7-inning contest. The 2-2 and a curveball going to send Torres down swinging for strike 3 and out number 3 as we go to the bottom of the second. As Bancroft gets the lead handed right back, 4-3 now in the middle of the second. You're listening to Bandits Baseball from Hike Field. Now back here in the bottom of the second inning, Bancroft retakes the lead after a couple of throwing errors by the Lakers in the field, as it's now 4-3. But it's going to have to be very tough here for the Bandits in the field. They're going to have to treat their batters a little more respect now after they put up a 3 spot to take their first lead of the game in the bottom of the first. And Trey Rogers strokes this one to deep left center. And Coco Kennedy with the range to make the grab for out number 1. But just like that, it resulted in an out. But without a doubt, that was a well-batted ball from Rogers. And the Albert Lee Lakers have come ready to hit today. So after Rogers flies out to deep left field, we'll go to the 9-hitter, Cody Erickson. So Erickson swings on the first pitch from Crosby for strike 1. So now Crosby, nobody on, going back from the windup. Fastball, Erickson offers and swings and misses for strike 2 on 2 pitches. Third pitch, and Erickson strokes this one to center, and Adrian Torres watches it go off the warning track. And where did the power from Cody Erickson come on that one? He one-hops the fence in center field and heads into second with a 1-out stand-up double. Well batted ball there. We might be seeing a lot of offense in today's contest. And hold the phone here. We're starting to get some friendly showers here in Albert Lee. It's starting to come down. Godfrey with an indecisive swing and a miss at first pitch for strike 1. Looks like we're going to roll momentarily with the coming rain. Crosby from the stretch in the 0-1. Curveball swung on and missed for strike 2, and not too light of rain, and we're just going to have to see how we're going to play this one out, folks. Definitely some impending weather, and an 0-2 count now to Preston Godfrey. The pitch just flicked to the backstop there. He'll stay alive with the count remaining at 0-2. Once again, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for every baseball update, Bancroft Bandits. And be sure to keep it tuned here for every home and away game on our Bancroft Bandits YouTube channel as Godfrey goes downstairs with the flick of the bat, finds barrel. Strokes this out of play to deep right, but in foul territory. 4 pitches, and Godfrey still battling with an 0-2 count. The 0-2 pitch to Godfrey. Fastball pops him up, and it should drift out of play. Five pitches, 5 strikes, but 3 of them for foul balls from Preston Godfrey. 1 for 1 with a single here as the tying run leads off second. And Godfrey trying to fend that plate. The 0-2 still. Fastball at the letters, going to miss for ball 1. Not a bad spot there with 2 strikes. I looked close enough. But Godfrey holds off and prevails for ball 1. Still alive here, 1-2 count from the stretch. And he gets him with the curveball. Galindo misses it in the dirt, flicks it to first. The throw to third. And I wonder how they did not get the tag at third. Another blown call by that second base umpire as Erickson will take third. Galindo comes up throwing. So Godfrey strikes out and on the dirt ball gets thrown out at first. Erickson somehow evades the tag at third. So now the tying run hangs in the balance as he's 90 feet away at third. And we got 2 down for Sam Huska. First pitch curveball, but it hangs up well above the zone. For ball 1 and a 1-0 count. Still getting some rain coming down here in the bottom of the second. Going to have to play this one out by ear. The 1-0 to Huska. Swings and misses, and Galindo comes up with a good block. On a curveball in the dirt. Swung on and missed by Huska for strike 1 to get back to even here, 1-1. So 1-1, Crosby from the stretch. Third pitch of the at-bat. Curveball. Chopper towards third. Melendez grabs it. The throw. And it leads Galindo off the bag. And after the Lakers tie it up, it looks like we're finally going to get a delay in game called for the rain, as though it's going to come down heavier now. So we're going to step aside here momentarily for our broadcast until we can get this game situated, as the showers come down heavy now. In the bottom of the second, still 2 down, and we're all tied up 4-4. You're listening to Bandits Baseball live from Memorial Park. So once again, Bandits fans, welcome back to Hike Field. As right now in the action, we're left with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Albert Lee should have 1 runner on first following an error by a throw from third base. Lakers just tied things up 4-4. And it looks like the tarps have been covering the mound, and home plate will now be pulled off as we're going to try to get this thing going. Had a slight rain delay there as I got a little too much to handle. Coming down a little heavier there towards the end of the second inning, which we're still locked in there right now in a 4-4 tie with the Albert Lee Lakers and your Bancroft Bandits. Just some scattered showers looks like we're looking at across the day, and at coming up at 1 p.m. looks like we got a 70% chance of thunderstorms, but nevertheless, other than that, looks like we should be fine. If it holds off, then we should be in good condition to get a 7-inning ball game in, which we've already seen a lot of offense from both sides. 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings for the Bancroft Bandits, and for the Lakers, they took their first lead of the game with some timely hitting and well-batted balls with 3 spots in the bottom of the first. And Cody Erickson finding his way around the bases to tie things up 4-4 off of 5 base hits and 4 runs for the Lakers to keep things all tied up here with the 14-3 Bandits. So with the tarps being pulled, it looks like we're going to try to continue the contest here from Hike Field. And it looks like, once again, a 7-inning contest. Still got 2 down in the bottom of the second, 4-4, all tied up, runner on first. And we'll step aside one last time. When we come back, we will hopefully be ready to re-continue the action here from Hike Field. I'll try to get this butterfly figured out on your viewing screens. And until then, my name is Mitchell Kieran. Once again, thanking all of our Bandits fans and families from tuning in from all over the world to today's broadcast of Pioneer League Baseball as the Bandits start things off in their Week 6 on a 6-game winning streak, looking to continue. We're tied up at 4, still in the bottom of the second. You're listening to Bandits Baseball live from Hike Field. Hopefully get things going once again. So welcome back to Hike Field as we're looking to keep things going here. 2 down, runner on first. And the number 3 batter for Albert Lee, Brad Morris, steps up to the plate for his second at-bat. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored already. Crosby going to have to try to restart here. First pitch curveball. He starts off Morris with strike 1, but without a doubt not out of the woods yet, as the Lakers offense looking pretty threatening today from their home field here in Albert Lee. The 0-1 pitch, fastball, and Looks like it might have had a little bit of movement to it. Buckles Morris at the knees as he swings and misses for strike two. Crosby quickly comes set for the third pitch. And the 0-2, stroke to left center, and this could be trouble as Torres has to race all the way back to the warning track, and Huska should come in to score easily. Ross's throw to the plate almost in time. Huska didn't even notice it coming, but nevertheless, he scores, and the Albert Lee Lakers once again retake the lead with a 2 spot of their own here in the second, as it's now Albert Lee 5, Bancroft 4, after an RBI double from Brad Morris. So with 2 down, we're now going to go to the cleanup batter, Jacob McKeon. Flew out to deep right last time and pops this one up, and it should carry out of play for a foul ball on the first pitch for strike one. And the Lakers seeing Chris Crosby very well today. As you can see from the way they've just been pounding the ball today. 5 runs scored on 6 base hits. The 0-1 count to McKeon, and Crosby gets a curveball over in the zone for strike two. Good pitch there. As he works ahead another batter, 0-2. The pitch, fastball. Well outside there for ball one. The 1-2 curveball just hung up a little bit above the letters for ball two. Crosby struggling to get to out number 3. The Lakers able to score both their runs with 2 down. The 2-2 fastball, McKeon lunges to fend off that pitch for yet another foul ball. Crosby with the pitch, and he'll buckle McKeon at the knees there on a curveball for strike 3. But the Lakers strike back once again for the second straight inning. So take back the lead once again. It's now 5-4. The Bandits trail the Lakers by 1 as we head to the top of the third inning. From Hike Field, you're listening to Bandits Baseball Live. So the Bandits having to battle back once again with the number 3 batter, Ivan Melendez, set to lead things off as we're 3-4-5 in our lineup. 1 for 1 with an RBI single and a run scored from Melendez. Already a good start. Let's hope we keep it going here, and restarts it to start off the third inning, hopefully, but he watches first pitch fastball go by for strike 1. He's going to have to battle from behind here as Bloom shakes off a pitch and comes set from the stretch. Second pitch, curveball, Melendez, a big swing right through it. Just missing for strike 2. Quickly steps back in here in 0-2. And the pitch, fastball, Melendez pops this one up. But it'll drift out of play. Melendez to fight for another pitch here. Count still 0-2 and the leadoff batter in the top of the third inning. Ball must be carrying very well. We've seen a lot of long balls so far. Almost clearing the park. The 0-2 to Melendez and a slider from Bloom. Gets away from him there for ball one in the other box. Melendez drawing a 5-pitch at bat here. But behind 1-2, going to have to battle back. The pitch. This one missing high and away for ball two. I have to wonder where we're going to be going here from both bullpens. We've seen 9 total runs here in the first 2 complete. The 2-2 to Melendez as he pops this one up the other way. And the first baseman, McKeon, will make the grab over the shoulder for out number 1 in foul territory. Now we'll go back to the cleanup batter, Daniel Hernandez. Doubled back in the first, was left stranded at third. Let's hope we can get things going with 1 down once again. Still nobody on base. Hernandez steps in 1 for 1 with a double. First pitch of the at-bat, a fastball, and that one's going to be just above the knees for strike 1. Jesse Bloom once again gets to work with a 1-run lead. Shakes off a pitch. He comes set. The 0-1 to Hernandez as he hits this one to the 5-6 hole. And on the run, Huska can't make the grab. It's going to be an infield single for Daniel Hernandez. He's able to get into first base on that one for the 5th Bandits hit of the day. But we can't stop here. We have Miko Soto up to the plate now, 0 for 0. With that sac fly and an RBI back in the first. The tying run now on first for Bancroft with 1 down. First pitch to Soto. Tries to go with a pitch, but just a little bit behind it there. On an outside fastball, foul tip for strike 1. Bloom looks over the runner at first and comes set. For the 0-1, curveball. Just missing outside for ball 1 there. Not a bad spot. With a great framework there from Trey Rogers, the catcher. Once again, no steal sign. It's just what players might have the green light on if they want to take second. So a 1-1 count here. Soto, the pick over to first. And McKeon has to leap up to make the grab, but he keeps it in play. But Hernandez safe at first on the pickoff attempt. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down, 1 runner on first. Here's the third pitch of the at-bat. Fastball in there for strike 2. The outside part of the plate. Still no action in the Bancroft bullpen. Kieran looks like he's still confident in his right-handed starter, Chris Crosby. So the 1-2 here to Soto. And another pick-over attempt to Hernandez, not in time. And Soto been on an absolute tear at the plate for the past 2 weeks. Finding himself at the 5-hole. Curveball and a late defensive swing there, and he's just going to stay alive here. 1 ball to 2 strikes. Just throws the end of the bat at it. Able to foul it off. To live for another pitch. Bloom comes set. The 1-2. Curveball. Fended right back to the mound as Bloom has to reset here. The throw to second. And they're going to say Huska came off the bag. So back-to-back infield singles there, but a greasy one at that. As they're going to say Huska came off the bag at second before making the grab. And we still have 1 out. Runners at now on first and second for the Bandits. And time for redemption for Julian Galindo after striking out in the first pitch, fastball. Still behind it for strike one. So Jesse Bloom obviously still looking loose and almost coming up with a great play right there, but with the rain now creating a slippery playing surface for the players. Questionable call there for strike two. Another looping curveball. A lot of run to it. Somehow just going to nab the zone for strike two. We got an 0-2 count. I gotta wonder where these umpires are coming from. Jacob Van Vactor just warned at first. For a not so good strike two call. Here's the 0-2. Bloom from the stretch. Fastball and Galindo. Once again, just gets a piece of it. Still an 0-2 count as Galindo fends off that pitch. Bloom comes set for his fourth. The 0-2. And this one rides above the zone for ball one. Tying run on at second, go ahead on at first. The Bandits having to answer back yet again. The 1-2 from the stretch and a curveball. As Rogers jumps to try to make a frame there, but is not going to get it for ball two outside. Hopefully Galindo sees one he could time up just enough to hit and play hard somewhere. The 2-2, and he gets him chasing upstairs. Swing and a miss. For strike three, and that's the second strikeout for Galindo on the day. Not the best start for him. Hopefully he can get things figured out here and soon. As we'll now go to the catcher, Bobby Galindo. They once again have the pull shift on him. A big opportunity for Galindo here to blow things open for Bancroft. First pitch, and he pops it up over the backstop. Some of the later batters just look to be just behind Bloom here. A lot of foul pitches straight back, and we got some sirens going off in Albert Lee. So we're going to try to keep the game going. And the 0-1 to Galindo, and a late swing and another foul tip. Once again, indecisive, and an 0-2. Still 0-2 here for Galindo. Bloom with the pitch and a foul tip. As Van Vactor almost thought Galindo didn't even touch that ball as he urged his base runners to hustle on and try to get Galindo on at first. The drop third strike, nevertheless, still 0-2 here after a foul tip. And Bloom comes set. With the 0-2, fastball hit in the air towards right. But it's just going to drift foul. Galindo not getting all of that one. Just around it as he still fights off another pitch. And still trying to battle back here from 0-2. Pressure's on the Bandits to answer back after giving up the lead once again in the second straight inning. Count still 0-2. Bloom with another pitch. And this time he'll get Galindo, and he'll retire both Julian and Bobby swinging. In order there, as Jesse Bloom now holds the Bandits scoreless in the top of the third. And we'll head to the bottom of the third. The scoreboard still reads Albert Lee 5, Bancroft 4. You're listening to Bandits Baseball from Hike Field. So for the first time today, Bancroft is held scoreless in the top of the third after 4 runs through the first 2 innings. But Albert Lee obviously not showing any signs of slowing down at the plate. We'll go right into Austin Portner, tonight's third baseman and number 5 hitter for Albert Lee. Set to lead things off here in the bottom of the third as the Lakers now come to the plate with a run lead, 5-4. Chris Crosby still on the mound here. First pitch, fastball, and Portner throws everything but the bat at it to watch it for strike 1. It's going to be a tough day for Crosby to try to hold some red-hot Lakers bats, especially coming off of a 5-3 victory last night from the home field right here in Albert Lee over the Storm Lake Whitecaps. Crosby goes back from the windup, and the 1-1. And Portner holds off another outside fastball there for strike 2. Albert Lee in the white uniforms with navy blue trim, and Bancroft in the gray uniforms with the white trim and black hats. Crosby has the pitch and quickly goes 1-2. And looks like he might get Portner holding on that one. It's a good thing they called holding nevertheless, as Galindo struggled to locate that ball, and Portner maybe hustled that out. He could be standing on first right now. Nevertheless, deuces in the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. He'll step back in, Crosby to go back from the windup. And the delivery. Fastball, trying to paint the low and outside corner, going to miss for ball 3. And I have to be careful here now, full count to the leadoff batter, Portner. And here's the 3-2. And this one's hit in the air. It's carrying to deep right. And Aaron Mason makes the grab at the fence for out number 1. That ball maybe had to travel about 320 feet. And Aaron Mason makes the grab and then just falls back into the fence, almost clearing the fence out and right. Nevertheless, caught for out number 1. I wonder how the Lakers have changed their approaches at the plate. They are certainly not hitting like a 5-12 team here today, as Kaiser watches the first pitch curveball from Crosby for strike 1. Second pitch, fastball. That one's going to find its way in the outside part of the zone for strike 2. Crosby to go again from the windup. Ahead of Jacob Kaiser, 0-2. And the pitch, slider, he sits him down in 3 pitches for strike 3. And the second straight out recorded here. Could be looking at a scoreless third inning with 2 down, nobody on, as Sam Steinmeier comes up to the plate. 0 for 1, he grounded out to second. So now Steinmeier steps in for his second at-bat here in the third. Swings through a curveball for strike 1. The 0-1 from Crosby, grounded right back up the middle. It's deflected off his glove. Ross didn't have time on his side there. Just one mistake there as it slips right through his fingertips. And it'll be an infield single for Sam Steinmeier to get things going once again for the Lakers with 1 down. And we'll now go to the number 8 batter, number 6, Trey Rogers, the catcher. We'll go to Trey Rogers now. He flew out to deep left field to start off the second inning. Neither team having a whole lot of time in the cages today. As a matter of fact, that's where they were relegated to. Trying to sleep in as much as they can. Bancroft players having to drive themselves to Hike Field today. So they're going to have to get things figured out at the plate after being held with 2 runners stranded in the third, and I'm not sure where that curveball missed, but it's going to be a 1-1 count here to Trey Rogers. Crosby comes set from the stretch. The pick over to first. Coming in hot, but just not in time. And Steinmeier slides safely back into first. A 2 down, a 1-1 count. Runner on first. As this one's hit in the air to right field, and Aaron Mason going to make another great grab in right to put away the Lakers in 4 batters. They'll leave 1 runner stranded on 1 infield single. And we'll go to the 4th inning as the scoreboard still reads Albert Lee just edging Bancroft here 5-4. Got ourselves quite a game here from Hike Field. You're listening live. It's 5-4 as we're about ready to start the top of the 4th inning here from Hike Field, as the 7th game in this 6-game winning streak might be the toughest for the Bandits to obtain as of yet. They find themselves trailing 5-4 to the Lakers here, and they got their stud Jesse Bloom on the mound. Looks like he's starting to get things settled here in the 3rd. And 8-9 top of the order due up here for Bancroft. To start off the 4th with Sean Ross. 1 for 1. He singled and scored back in the 2nd. So he watches the first pitch go by low and away for ball 1. Ross looking to get back in here once again, a commit to Faulkner College, a NAIA powerhouse. 1-0 from the stretch, and Bloom will paint the low outside corner there for strike 1. Now 1-1 here. 3rd pitch of the at-bat. Same spot there for strike 2. Ross watches 2 low and away fastballs flow by for strikes as Bloom trying to throw away and around the Bancroft batters here today. The 1-2 pitch to Ross, and he gets him swinging for strike 3. The 3rd consecutive strikeout recorded by Jesse Bloom. Will now go to the 9-hitter, Dakota Coco Kennedy. Hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. One down here, nobody on, the 9-batter up. The pitch, curveball. Takes a long way, but it's just going to find its way in the zone. On a nice hook on the movement from Bloom there for strike 1. There's the 0-1. Goes back to fastball. This one below the knees for ball 1. So Kennedy steps back in here. Count tied 1-1. The pitch, as this one almost hooks in just by Kennedy inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike here to the left fielder. Fourth pitch of the at-bat, fastball below the knees once again. Kennedy holds off on another good look there for ball 3. Bloom coming set once again. The pitch. And Kennedy once again getting plunked. Second straight time here today. Once again with one down, the Bandits hoping to get things going as Kennedy now goes into first base. So Aaron Mason 0 for 2. Got on by a fielder's choice already, and 1 run scored back in the second. Hopefully he can find some barrel here and continue a 6-game hitting streak. Stretch it to 7, hopefully. 1 down. Bloom paints the corner once again there for strike 1. And an 0-1 count. Kennedy dances around at first, second pitch, and Mason hits this one right at Erickson, waiting at second base. And that's going to do it on a double play for Albert Lee. A hard hit ball, and Albert, the Lakers didn't even have to move in it defensively. And a good defensive twist to put away the Bandits once again in the top of the 4th. Scoreboard still reads Albert Lee 5, Bancroft 4. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Listening to Bandits Baseball live from Hike Field. So Crosby was able to stop the Lakers' momentum momentarily in the bottom of the 3rd, holding them scoreless with only 1 runner left stranded. But the Lakers have jumped on the bats out of the gate, scoring 5 runs on 7 base hits off of one of our better pitchers, Chris Crosby, as he's going to start Erickson off with a fastball for strike 1. Erickson coming out of nowhere with a double off the fence in center in his first at-bat. The 0-1, second pitch, second strike there with a curveball. Still no action in the Bancroft bullpen, neither the Albert Lee bullpen. And the 0-2 from Crosby, curveball above the head. First ball of the at-bat here in a 1-2. Fourth pitch as Crosby winds and fires. Fastball gets away from him in the other box, ball and 2. Count even up 2 balls, 2 strikes here. And the pitch, curveball, and he will look it right down the heart at the plate. See ya for strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Crosby. I'm sure he's got to be kicking himself after the first 2 innings. A 5 spot. The second inning could have been a lot different had we had some spots going our way. First pitch on a ball to Preston Godfrey. We got one down, nobody on here. Back to the top of the order for the Lakers. This one swung on and chopped back to the backstop as we're back to even here, 1-1 in the count. One's across the scoreboard. Here's the third pitch, swung on and missed. A nice breaking ball there. Godfrey swings right through it for strike 2. Crosby shakes off a couple pitches and a few, and he has it here with the 1-2 count. So Godfrey, curveball in this one, not a whole lot of break. It hangs above the letters for ball 2. The 2-2 to Godfrey and a fastball chopped towards first, and Galindo makes the grab, and he leads Crosby to the bag on a nice flip there for out number 2. Second straight recorded there. It could be a 1-2-3 inning for the Lakers. Here in the bottom of the fourth with 2 down, nobody on. And we go to the second batter, Sam Huska. On a 3-1 putout, puts away Godfrey. We're now back to the number 2 hitter, Sam Huska. 0 for 2 on a strikeout and an error with 1 run scored. And we got a curveball here missing. Ball 1, not sure where, but nevertheless, a 1-0 count here for Huska. And the Lakers have been a headache here out of the gates for Crosby. Nothing you can really do there. He's not exactly missing his spots. Just the Lakers are belting out hits left and right here. And a 2-0 count here to Huska. Crosby serves him a fastball. Just missing for ball 3. Not sure where. The 3-0 pitch, fastball, and that one finds its way in the zone for strike 1. Still a hitter's count here with 3 balls and 1 strikes to Huska. He can still be picky here as Galindo sets up. Here's the pitch. Fastball as he's going to paint a corner there for strike 2. And Crosby will quickly get back to a full count here. Three-two, and this one will miss in the dirt. Ball 4, and the first base runner of the inning. So a free 90 will walk Huska to first. We'll now go to Brad Morris, standing in 2 for 2. And one of the best bats in the Lakers lineup, obviously having himself a day here. But he swings through the first pitch, a curveball inside for strike 1, and he wanted to go big on that swing. Comes up empty. So Huska will take a small lead over at first. Crosby coming set from the stretch. The 0-1. Curveball hung just above the letters for ball 1. A 1-1 count from Crosby. A fastball as Morris drops down to a knee. Rifles it out of play backwards for a foul ball just behind that pitch there for strike 2. And a 1-2 here to Morris. The pitch. Stroke to deep left field, and Coco Kennedy there to make the grab on this one. Morris, his third straight at bat. Morris seeing the ball very well today. He's hitting it all over the field. But that time it finds its way to Kennedy's glove for out number 3. Lakers for the second straight inning leave 1 runner stranded. And we'll go to the top of the 5th. Bandits coming to bat once again, but pressure still on them as they trail the Lakers 5-4. Listening to Bandits Baseball live from Hike Field. So to the top of the fifth inning, we are more than halfway through today's contest, but we're here in a good spot in our order to hopefully get things restarted offensively for Bancroft. 2-3-4 due up, set to lead things off with Adrian Torres. Especially in the back-to-back. Knocks from Torres, and look at this. Torres lead things off. Line drive shooting through the 5-6 hole. First pitch of the at-bat and of the top of the fifth. Torres shoots one through the 5-6 hole, and just trying to mention, we've seen, at least in the past week, as well as this game, back-to-back knocks and a 1-2 punch from Torres and Melendez. So let's hope we can see that once again as Torres leads off first base. Melendez in here for his third at-bat. And first pitch, he's going to rip a ground ball towards the Laker dugout. Foul ball for strike one. Melendez 1 for 2. Had an RBI single back in the first. Works back from behind here. 0-1 in the count. He's going to hold off. A moving curveball there for strike two. He lays off that one inside. Couldn't quite time it up. So an 0-2 count. He's going to try to fend off the plate. And an outside fastball shown from Bloom. Going over the backstop. Foul ball. So once again, a tough at-bat and a great battle here. Mano-a-mano between the pitcher and hitter as Bloom shakes off a pitch, and he has it. Comes set with the 0-2. To Melendez. Missing upstairs for ball one. Bandits really got to be careful as they find themselves in trouble with 2 strikes chasing fastballs above the letters, and they're going to have to find ways to cut that out. With such talented hitters, that's got to be a little league thing you got to try to knock there. So a 1-2 to Melendez. Tries to get him with another curveball once again. But a late swing and a foul tip. And the count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes, it looks like. So here's the 2-2 from the stretch, and a fastball. This one's going to bounce off the mid of Rogers, and Torres will move into scoring position here as he takes second base. Get a fresh ball here as obviously the grass is going to be playing a little bit of a wet surface following a rain delay back in the bottom of the second. And since then, we haven't seen any action cracking the scoreboard as of late. So now Torres leads off second. Bloom to the plate. And Melendez hits this one high and deep. And Morris will make the grab in deep center field. The throw to third will not be in time. As Melendez with a high fly out to deep center field. And with one down, Torres only 90 feet away from tying this thing up back. And we're now going to Daniel Hernandez stepping in 2 for 2. So a good situation here with less than 2 outs. The tying run only 90 feet away at third base. So let's hope Daniel Hernandez can come up big here for the Bandits. Should be seeing normal depth from the infield here with one down. The first pitch, curveball. And Hernandez just holds off of it as it misses low for ball one. Rogers makes an underhanded catch on it. Hernandez steps back in here. 1 ball, no strikes. And Bloom has his pitch. And Hernandez will flick this one the other way, and it will drift too far. Out of play and foul for strike one. So the Bandits going to need some timely hitting here and execution. Cannot leave Torres on at third. So here's the 1-1 with one down. First baseman in on the grass. And Bloom quickly rifles in a fastball for strike two to work ahead in the count of Hernandez. Count 1-2. Another fastball in. Hernandez Hits this one to straightaway right center. And Morris makes the grab, comes up throwing, and will send this one into the backstop. Well past the catcher, and it'll be a sac fly for Bancroft, courtesy of Daniel Hernandez. And an RBI to tie this thing back up 5-5. The Bandits now with 2 outs, nobody on. Not out of the woods yet. They did the good thing for Hernandez to tie it up. And it's going to keep on being a battle, especially with the impending Lakers bats. But Crosby starting to show some slight recovery, holding the Lakers scoreless for the past 2 innings. First pitch curveball to Soto. Going to nab the inside part of the zone for strike 1. The 0-1 to Soto, and he rips this one towards third. Porter, without even looking, going to make the grab. And will put Soto away at first for the third and final out. You're in the top of the 5th, but the Bandits are able to tie it up 5-5. And now we're going to have to see another tough outing here from Chris Crosby with the Lakers coming to bat. It's 5-5 from Hike Field. You're listening to Bandits Baseball live. So if you're just joining us now, you've been missing one heck of a ball game here from Hike Field on the day before the 4th of July. Celebrate the birth of this great nation, but once again, tied up at 5 here in the middle of the 5th. And the real kicker is going to be the shortened game of only 7 innings. So we only have 2.5 left. And the Lakers have been showing a lot of offense in today's contest. And we'll start things off 4-5-6 with Jacob McKeon. Watching a first pitch curveball go by for strike 1. Especially one of the most dangerous Laker bats at the plate. And he hasn't exactly been himself today. So he swings through a curveball in the dirt and he steps in 0 for 2. A fly out to right and a looking strikeout. And he quickly finds himself down in the count 0-2. Crosby going back from the windup. And he gets him chasing in the dirt once again. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, as that's 3 pitches, 3 strikes for out number 1. Had to do a quick one there, folks. So with 1 down, nobody out, we're going to go back to the 5th hitter, Austin Portner, as he's been finding barrel all day. 1 for 2, but a hard fly out to the warning track and right in the just a couple innings ago, if you just forgot that. These outfielders have their work cut out for them today, especially chasing down balls in the gaps or catching them at the warning track. It's a wonder how we haven't seen any long balls today, the way he's been shooting off the bat from both sides. So an 0-1 count, and Crosby feeds him a fastball over the outside part of the plate for strike 2. And Chris Crosby with a solid start thus far to the top of the 5th. And the 0-2, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Second straight swinging strikeout, and Crosby gets the chasing in the dirt once again. 2 consecutive strikeouts, and Crosby with a tough showing here in the 5th, and we'll go into the 6th batter, Jacob Kaiser. Crosby only thrown 6 pitches this inning and 2 strikeouts recorded. First one to Kaiser. He swings through a curveball for strike 1. The 0-1, he quickly goes back from the windup. Another curveball, and there's the first ball of the inning. This one in the dirt. They're now a 1-1 count. Designated hitter Kaiser stepping in 0 for 2 with an error and a backwards K. The 1-1 feeds him a fastball to the outside part of the zone for strike 2. Been there all day. The 1-2, Crosby looking to spot up here. 4th pitch of the at-bat. A curveball. Not sure where it misses for ball 2. Everybody anticipated, especially. Everybody held still as statues there. Nevertheless, we got deuces on the scoreboard. Here's the 2-2. And Kaiser fends this one off to the backstop. Still alive, drawing a 6-pitch at-bat here. Crosby shakes off a couple pitches. Now he comes set. And he winds and fires the 2-2 roller over towards Melendez. He comes up throwing, and this one's on the money as it'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Chris Crosby. Here in the 5th as we head to the top of the 6th. Still 2 more to play here from Hike Field, folks, as we're all tied up at 5. You're listening to Bandits Baseball live from Hike Field. We'll start things off 6, 7, 8, but coming into bat for Julian Galindo, it looks like we got a pinch hitter, Tommy Reyes-Cruz, as it was just a pair of tough strikeouts for Galindo. And Tommy Reyes-Cruz started to catch fire a little bit last week. Had a double in Sunday against Albert Lee and went a 2-for-4 player of the game performance with a bomb against the Carroll Merchants. Impressive enough it was off their dude Tyler Jacobson, by far the best pitcher. So here in the 6th, we'll see Cruz lead things off. Bobby Galindo on deck and Sean Ross in the hole. So still lucky enough to get 5 runs up to this point off of Jesse Bloom alone. We've already seen 1 in his start thanks to a solo bomb from Abel Pena, who's gone home this week. First pitch to Cruz, and he starts him off with a fastball and pops him up the other way. And Portner has no problem there. And a 1-pitch pop out to put away Cruz here in the top of the 6th. So with 1 down, now go to Bobby Galindo. Nobody on and 1 down. Galindo standing in 0 for 2. And, of course, they got the shift on him now with 1 down. And he swings on this one and hits it a mile high down the line and right. And Crosby makes the grab in foul territory. 2 pitches and 2 outs here for the Bandits. And this cannot be what they had envisioned here. after Chris Crosby with a tough past 3 innings there to hold the Lakers scoreless. And he's not going to be getting much of a rest here. Looks like we're just only going to start to see our relievers start to warm up. Or at least get stretched out, not throwing any balls yet. You got to wonder if we might be seeing Dev McCray out of the bullpen today. The 1-0 to Ross. And this one will miss at the ankles for ball 2. So a 2-0 hitters count here for Sean Ross. 1 hit, 1 run scored, and a strikeout. So he steps in 1 for 2. Could be a big at-bat here with 2 down here in the top of the 6th. The 2-0 to Ross. And takes a big swing. Just getting a piece of a fastball to the backstop. Foul. Bandits pretty much hit or miss at the plate today. 5 runs scored on 6 hits and accompanying 3 Albert Lee errors. 2 in 1 play. Fourth pitch of the at-bat, and another foul ball for Sean Ross. So here's the 2-2 from Bloom as he comes set from the stretch. The pitch, curveball, and Ross pulls this one towards third, and Portner. Another great defensive play for the third and final out here in the top of the 6th. And a 1-2-3 inning to put away the Lakers. After 5.5, it's still 5-5. Lakers coming to bat once again here in the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Bandits Baseball live from Hike Field in Albert Lee, Minnesota. So with Tommy Reyes Cruz coming in to pinch hit for Julian Galindo, he'll now come into substitution at third base. And Ivan Melendez will now go over to first. Still have the same middle infield with Soto at second and Ross on at short. And Chris Crosby still doing work on the mound after a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 5th that included 2 strikeouts. So we'll be at the bottom of the Albert Lee order here in the bottom of the 6th with Sam Steinmeier set to lead things off, stepping in 1 for 2. So Crosby still going from the windup, and it looks like we could start to see right-hander starting to get warm over in the Bancroft bullpen. It looks to be right-hander Augie Voigt out of William Penn College in Waukegan, Illinois. As the 1-0-1 pitch will now be 0-2 as Steinmeier chases a curveball in the dirt. Swung on and missed. So it looks like Crosby's day is starting to get gradually better as it's been going on. It's been working well ahead in the counts now to past few Laker batters he's faced. The 0-2, and Steinmeier hits this where they ain't. On a knob shot line drive into left for a leadoff single, and this could be trouble for Bancroft. With nobody out and 1 runner on first. That's a go-ahead run. So Trey Rogers had a couple of hard-hit flyouts that spelled trouble in his first 2 at-bats. Nevertheless, he steps in 0 for 2. Crosby going to have to be careful pitching to the catcher here as he's been finding barrel. And he steps in for his 3rd at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat. Fastball swung on, and it's off the glove of Cruz at third. And Ross will throw to first, and not in time. That'll be an infield single for Trey Rogers. Back-to-back hits. Bancroft's in trouble here. A go-ahead run now in scoring position at second. And it looks like we're going to be seeing Augie Voigt come in. Chris Crosby's day going to be complete after 5 complete innings, 5 runs scored, 7 strikeouts. It was a start that staggered out of the gates, but it was 3 straight scoreless innings from the 3rd to 5th for Chris Crosby. But obviously getting into trouble here, it's going to have to be next man up, and we're going to have Augie Voigt now coming in to try to dig the Bandits out of this one and keep it tied up at 5. Here in the bottom of the 6th, runners at first and second, nobody out. Augie Voigt coming in to pitch for the Bancroft Bandits. You're listening to Bandits Baseball live from Hike Field. We're here in the bottom of the 6th. So with 2 runners on and nobody out, we got Augie Voigt coming in for yet another appearance, and he's coming off a big save in Carroll just this past Saturday. So we're hoping Voigt looking to keep the Lakers scoreless here in the bottom of the 6th, but the odds aren't in our favor. 2 runners on, nobody out as Erickson lays down a bunt. Right back to the mound. Voigt whips it to third. And he's out at third as Cruz makes a great stretch. Erickson will just trade places with Rogers as he moves to second. The bunt goes right back to Voigt on the mound for an easy 1 pitch out. But the Lakers got the top of the order up now with Preston Godfrey. 1 for 3. He led things off with a nice hit. And he's looking to get back on base. First pitch, he holds off on a fastball down the pipe for strike 1. Still more action in the Bancroft bullpen as we could be seeing Dev McCray coming in should Voigt come up big here. Count still 0-1. After a first pitch fastball, Godfrey held off for strike 1. Second pitch of the at-bat. Fastball just missing outside for ball 1. No action in the Albert Lee bullpen. They're still looking to ride Jesse Bloom throughout this one. With the 7th inning coming up next. So here's the 1-1. The pitch. Curveball. Just off the plate. Not a bad spot there for ball 2. Voigt shakes off a pitch, and he comes set from the stretch. And Godfrey will call late time there. Two balls, 1 strike here. Godfrey steps back in. Still 1 down, 2 runners on first and second. And a fastball there swung on and missed. And Voigt will tie up the count here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Van Vactor motioning McCray to get hot now. He could be looking at a save opportunity. So here's 2-2 for Voigt. The pitch, curveball, just missing once again, and he's not getting anything on that low and outside corner for ball 3. Count's now full. Voigt from the stretch. Fastball. Godfrey just a hair behind it, going to get a piece. Straight back for a foul ball. Count still full, drawing the 7th pitch to the at-bat here. Voigt shakes one off, and he comes set from the stretch. The 3-2. This one roped into right field. Mason going to keep it in front, coming up throwing. And Galindo has to slide to keep it in front at the plate. And it's a full count, single into right for Preston Godfrey. Now the bases are juiced. So it's going to be a quick day for Augie Voigt. I'm sure we're going to have him on standby to come in relief for today. But desperate times call for desperate measures. And this is going to have to be the first time Albert Lee is going to see number 16, Devener McCray, right-hander who gassed it up out of Kennesaw State, coming into the game now. Bases loaded, 1 down. It's gut check time for the Bandits and Lakers. We're still tied up at 5 with 1 down at the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Bandits Baseball live from Hike Field. So it's got to be a no pass ball situation here for Bobby Galindo. Bases loaded. Any free bag can result in a Lakers run here as the tying run. Correction, it's still tied up 5-5. The go-ahead run on at third. Everyone after that is excess. So following the single from Godfrey, we got a new pitcher here with Dev McCray out of Division I Kennesaw State. Here's the first pitch to Sam Huska. Fastball in there for strike 1. Dev McCray going to have to gas it up here. Try to test the Lakers to touch the velo. So the 0-1, he comes set from the stretch. His second pitch, fastball. Looks to be just a few inches off the plate there for ball 1. And a 1-1 count here to Huska. Third pitch of the at-bat, another fastball, and Huska just swings this one out of play on a foul ball. Tipped for strike two and a 1-2 count here. McCray comes set. Here's the 1-2. Huska going the other way. Soto to second. Ross will throw to the plate. And he can't make the grab. It'll be a fielder's choice for the second out. And 2 runs will score. Two down now as it's runner at first. Fastball for ball one. One 0 count to Morris, and it's a strike one here to even it up 1-1. The 1-1 to Morris in a curveball, and just can get a piece of it in the dirt for strike two. One, two after the Lakers once again retake the lead 7-5 late. Pitch from McCray. Just below the dirt for ball two. The 2-2 pitch to Morris, and he once again going to stay alive after another foul ball. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another pitch, and Morris grounds this one towards Cruz. Not going to make the grab at third. And Morris reaches base once again on an error.
First baseman, number 30, Jacob McKee. Come on now, 30. What do you say now?
2 down. We now got the cleanup batter, Jacob McKeon, up at the plate. Runners at first and second. And the first pitch from McCray going to miss below the knees for ball one. And this one's starting to get away from the Bandits. The 1-0 count. One 0 to McKeon. That fastball will nab the zone for strike one. Shake off a pitch. McKeon will just call time at the plate. Count still 1-1. Runner still at first and second. Third pitch at the at-bat, and he rifles him a fastball for strike 2. There's the 1-2 from McCray and a curveball. Placed down the line, and this is going to be another Lakers run. Kennedy throw to the plate, not in time. It was on the money. Just not in time as McKeon brings the 8th run home for Albert Lee. First pitch fastball from McCray down the pipe for strike 1. It's going to start off an 0-1 count here to Austin Portner, stepping in 1 for 3. McCray will just work Morris back to second, nobody covering. Count still 0-1 to Portner. McCray comes set. Second pitch. Fastball swung right through for strike 2. McCray working ahead in the count here, 0-2. From the stretch, and this one gets away from him upstairs for ball 1. One-two to Portner, and he goes upstairs swinging and missing. But Albert Lee adds a lot of damage here in the bottom of the 6th, putting up a big 3 spot. Working well ahead of the Bandits, who are down to their final 3 outs as we head to the top of the 7th. It's still 8-5 here. Lakers now lead. Listening to Bandits Baseball live from Hike Field. So it's now or never for the Bandits as they're trailed by 3 heading into the 7th and final inning here. Obviously the Monday through Thursday contest, now 7 innings in the Pioneer League this summer. The Bandits need 3 runs to stay alive before they get to 3 hits. a heck of a lot easier said than done. Dakota Coco Kennedy now steps up to the plate, getting hit by pitches in his first 2 at-bats. First pitch here, and it's just going to ride inside for ball 1. And a 1-0 count here to Kennedy. Make that 2-0 as a fastball misses outside. Now a hitter's count here for Kennedy. And the 2-0 pitch swung right through and missed for strike 1. Bloom shakes off a pitch. Fires the 2-1 as Kennedy grounds this one right to Huska at shortstop. Makes the play at first for out number 1. So 1 down now, nobody on. We're back to the top of the order with Aaron Cowboy Mason. And on the first pitch, we'll pop this one up. Easily caught by Huska. Makes the first 2 plays here for out number 2. With 2 down now, we go to Adrian Torres, center fielder for the Bandits, down to their final out. First pitch, a curveball in the dirt, missing for ball 1. A 1-0 count. Another curveball missing for ball 2. So a 2-0 hitter's count here to Torres. Standing in for his 4th at-bat. Grounds it to the first baseman. And that should do it. It's an easy call for out number 3. And the Lakers will hold on to their 3rd victory of the year over the Bancroft Bandits, who dropped this one late. And the final score, Albert Lee wins 8-5 from their own home field. They advance to 6 wins and 12 losses. Still in 6th place in the league, Bancroft now falls to 14 wins and only 4 losses. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. We'll be back on the air tomorrow from Memorial Park as the visiting Carroll Merchants will once again travel to Memorial Park for 4th of July, and we hope to see you then. Once again, Bandits dropped this one in a late close game all day long. Lakers win 8-5. Thank you for tuning in.